Well, work's been kind of rough recently, and between that and maybe some other gaming and a great lack of desire towards playing this, I've kind of fallen away from it for a few days. But I'm coming back to it, and we're on the second straight turn with an election cycle coming up. I'm going to pull the Galactic events, see what they're going to be. They're kind of the big excitement for me in the game, because to tell you the truth, the diplomacy just isn't detailed enough or whatever to flavor me. A famous juror hero has slain a corrupt tyrant. Corruption is reduced for a time. Parties gain 5 money for each juror they have in play. We'll take care of that in a moment. I'll throw a card on the ground for you. Oh, the Kara invented new navigation software. All Kara gained 5 to their diplomacy for this turn only. Okay, so that's 2 interesting ones. And the party that controls the current Minister of Finance doubles its money collection from sectors this turn. Okay, that's kind of exciting. Find finance. I think that's over here under blue. Put that over with him. But we also have the sectors to draw. And I'll pull them. And yeah, I'm a little rusty on the rolls now. Not a big deal. 49. Put these kind of out to help me. 52. Okay, that's a white one. And 14, which is going to be kind of deep inside over here. Okay, we've got some corruption on the board again. Got 2 over here, 1 over there, 1 over there. That's a total of +1 to the dice. I think that's all we got. And remember, we got a sector already in revolt over here. 5, that's not going to convert anything. This sector is kind of cool because it's not campaignable, which means you can take it with military and you won't have a chance of losing it, which I find very cool. So I got to distribute the resources and the cards. I got a deck full of action cards. Every turn, everybody just throws them out. It's not that they're not useful. It's just, it's too hard to play with them too much in solitaire. A few get played, but that's it. And I'll try to remember to give the bonuses out there. And then we'll go into the next elections phase. People spent a lot on the last one kind of foolishly because there's another one right away. So some of those jobs maybe shouldn't have been bought. I think Purple especially spent way too much to get a job. Of course, they were trying to protect their senators from the Ministry of Justice issue. There was a special event there. All right, I'll be back in a bit. So the Senate phase went a lot quicker this time. There was a little bit of bullet throwing around. In fact, one of the biggest leader, Red's 10-point diplomacy leader, ended up being executed accidentally. Well, assassinated. There were some counter card plays on this to prevent it from happening. But in the end, this side of the board, these 3, blue, green, and red, had enough votes between them to own the election. Now, certainly either yellow or purple could have thrown in a lot of influence, but red's got a lot of influence right now. I think I may have bumped the board and gotten it wrong, but hey, that's how things go sometimes. These little tracks on the cards are much harder to cope with than numerical or just counters or something like in Republic of Rome. They're constantly getting bumped. Anyway, so it seemed like a bad idea. The Republic fleet was split in half. Tax was levied on people with more than 5 planets, enough to build another ship, and the rest was sent off to conquer the one incursion zone. The reason being that would be too easy for one of the people who's not going to have a position in the government to take. And that'll force campaigns to actually occur. Unfortunately, with that 10 out of the way, Kantara up here is pretty potent. So there's a good chance that yellow is going to gain a region. They may even gain 2 if they're not careful. So someone may want to take military action. On the other hand, maybe they'll take a jump on military action and try to win the game all at once. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 provinces. They only need 2 to win. If they can take a couple militarily, or 1 militarily and 1 through a campaign, they may well, or 2 during a campaign, they may well be able to pull it off. Of course, the problem is they commit themselves like that and they won't have the defenses necessary, and maybe purple will be able to pull out with their 7 position. So, you know, it's kind of dangerous when a couple of people get close like this. Anyway, white's got a problem in that they're open to a campaign right now, and they probably aren't too thrilled with actually defending their territory because they can grab territory pretty easily. So we'll go on and see who's next. And the result this turn is that the entire galaxy's gone to war pretty much. Only blue's withdrawn back to their borders of their territories, looking to only expand politically. Everyone else is trying to do so militarily, and this is causing a great deal of shadow tokens to be formed. Of course, people can be prosecuted here. There can only be 1 rebel in the game, though, which is kind of weird. It almost seems to me like you should be able to claim the rebel card and just let the galaxy fragment. But the only real effect of it, other than being prosecuted, is, and that could be bad, is the corruption inherent. And somehow it seems wrong to allow people to take the military route with no corruption when it's just to their advantage as a whole. White's in that position. So what we have, things opened up, yellow opened things up. They went after white, and they went after a neutral province, and picked up a couple corruption for that. And then purple went and jumped all over a couple of yellow spaces, try to ensure that yellow can't win. They were pretty much expecting this, but now that puts things on an ugly place. Blue decides, I'm not going to play this game, you know. But other players are playing it. Green went and took 2 purples, or is going for 2 purple spaces. Red says, oh my, yellow's perhaps coming out ahead of all this, went for a yellow space, and white also went for a yellow space to try to make up for the one that they're losing to yellow probably, rather than fight them in an actual battle. Hey, might as well take one of theirs. White's got kind of this migrating philosophy, and at the very least, they're going to hold one of their territories. Strangely, yellow kind of screwed up, and they went for the white territory that's campaignable. They could have gone for this one instead. In fact, I think they will. Oh, they went for it because they have a plus on it, but they don't want that to happen. They were willing, and white was willing to not fight, I think, no matter where they were placed. They got about an equal bonus either way. I'll fight these battles out and see what happens. Okay, so all the battles were successful, even the Republic's fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for yellow left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for purple. Reds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green's at 2, 4, 6. So everybody's pulled up into a stronger position. Oh, I forgot to roll the white battle. I'll take care of that. But then we go to the campaigns, and here's where things come in. Everybody's at 7. There's 3 campaigns available. It's possible somebody could win. Highly unlikely. But it is very likely that a number of people are going to be in that striking distance. So I think next turn may be the very last turn. All right, well, campaigns went, and most of them, not much happened. Green ended up winning this one. They were facing purple, I believe. But most of the defensive battles were won. So, for example, white couldn't take this. Red and blue didn't take this. This one actually didn't go at all. 14. I think the defenses won it. Does that make sense? I don't remember who went for it. I think I may have screwed up and somebody should have won it, but they didn't. That would have been... I'm not sure who aimed for it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'll forget about it. So now, point-wise, we didn't see a lot of gain there. Green is the one who increased at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red is at 2, 4, 6 still. Purple, 2, 4, 6, 7. And yellow at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not a lot of movement. Most people, 4 is hard to make. But here's what we do have. We have a lot of corruption showing up on people, which is going to start having an effect on the play. The fact that people are reaching for the victory means that those corruption rules are going to start taking play. And once you get an actual shadow token, you start getting pluses to your dice, and they're probably worth taking, even though they cause more problems in some ways. All right. Gotta buy stuff, and then we'll move on.